What's going on, everybody? It's Zachariah Williams, and this is another episode of Uncaged Accountability. This one's going to be a fun one for me. This is something I obviously care a lot about. If you followed me for any amount of time, you will know that I believe in this wholeheartedly and hold myself to the highest standards. Now, with that being said, I'm not perfect. And let me just kind of forewarn you, if you're new to this channel, I'm going to be speaking to you very directly, and it might be because you're feeling convicted, but what I'm really doing is just talking to a mirror. I am talking to myself. This is actually how I treat myself internally. This is the level of accountability I have for myself. So if you hear this episode, you watch this video, and you're feeling some type of way, that's fine. I ain't for you. I understand I'm not for everyone, but that motherfucker that connects with this video, that hears this episode in their soul, that's who I'm talking to. That is your internal voice telling you, like, let's do this, bro. These are my people. Let's ride. I want to ride with those fools. I want to ride with those guys. I want to ride with those beasts. I want to help you uncage your inner beast. And, this sounds aggressive, the way I talk to myself, right? Which is what you're about to hear. But I don't want you to think that I talk to myself negatively. I just hold myself to a bigger and better standard. Like, people, like, don't get it twisted. A lot of my homies, and I even talk about this openly, about affirmations and declarations and, all this different stuff. And, some of my homies that are way off on that stuff, and I'm not saying it, I actually practice this stuff too, but some of my guys that are out there, they'll be like, man, you shouldn't talk to yourself that way, or yada, yada, yada. And it's like, listen, bro, I get it. You got a sweet voice. You got a soft touch. It's fine. And that works for you. And that works for all the people that you coach. And that's totally fine. I just want you to be a better person. I want the people that you coach to be a better person. If that works for you, that's great. That don't work for me. I don't need to be coddled. I don't need a bunch of yes men around. I won't have a bunch of yes men around me. I need a motherfucker to get in my face and tell me where I am fucking up. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this channel, is telling me where I'm fucking up, what I need to work on. And if the boot fucking fits, then wear it. And it's fine. And I'm not coming after you. I'm not talking down to you, because I'm talking to me. I'm talking to myself, but I'm not talking down to myself. I'm just getting real fucking raw and honest with myself and let myself know I need to get some shit straight, dog. I need to fucking put my big boy pants on and go out there and be that bad motherfucker that I know I am, that I know I'm responsible for being for my fucking wife, for my motherfucking daughter. This is who I'm supposed to be. So if you feel some type of way right now, that's because you that kind of motherfucker too. But I already know, if you're still listening to this, you ain't one of those soft guys, and I ain't knocking it. If it works for you and you're at peace and you're in harmony with the earth and whatever else, that's totally fine. If that works for you, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm not talking down to anyone, and I don't talk negatively to myself. I might call myself a bitch because that's the way I talk to myself, but I'm not talking negatively. It's all about context, dog. I know I'm a bad motherfucker. I accepted that. I'm thankful for that mentality to know I am who I am, standing where I am. But I also know there's some times where I got some bitch-made fucking tendencies that I got to work on. And that's what we're talking about today, is growth. There's some shit that sometimes I need to get real fucking real with myself and get in my own motherfucking face and call my own self out on this bullshit. Because if you followed me for any extended period of time, you know that there's two fucking options in life. You either move closer to your goal or you move further away from it. If you're moving further away from your goals, you are a bitch. I don't care who you are. You got some bitch-made tendencies that you got to work on. So it's time to figure out how to grow and to experience growth, to get that frame of thought from moving away from your goals back to moving closer to your goals. Obviously, if you've got my book or whatever, one foot in front of the other. It's a very, very simple concept. You just got to take that next step, okay? And that's what I need you to do in all areas of your life. And this is called growth. Y'all follow me. If you fuck with me, if you rock with me, you know I'm talking, like, let's not one foot in front of the other. I'm not asking you to run a marathon. Just put one foot in front. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. How do you eat an elephant? One fucking bite. Like, let's just focus on becoming 1% better each and every day. This is called growth. Stop making it out to be something that it's not. You have these audacious goals and dreams, and I love that. I preach that. All my uncaged men know that. We want you to have audacious goals. But you're sitting here looking at these big, hairy-ass, fucking audacious-ass goal that you set and allowing it to intimidate you from realizing that all you got to do is put one foot in front of the other. That is growth. Growth is an active, liquid concept. It is forever changing. It is just simply taking the proper steps to achieve a greater good. And that can be in any walks of your life. That can be in your personal life. It can be in your professional life. That can be in the areas of what we teach in Uncaged, health, wealth, and relationships, making money, saving time. What is that for you? Where do you need to actually grow from? Now, what I'm about to say next is going to be hard for some people to understand. There's multiple things. You got to think we are living creatures. We are human beings. We are red-blooded, right? There is so much in this world that the only way to achieve growth is to cut off the dead weight. I'll say that again. The only way to achieve growth is to cut off the dead weight. So you might be sitting here listening to this right now, and you might be like, man, fuck you, Zach. I've been listening. I know all this shit. Well, first of all, why the fuck are you still listening to this? Because you clearly have a problem that you need help with. I'm trying to give you the fucking answers. And the answer might be, you need to look at the dead weight you dragging around. And I don't know what that looks like. For some of y'all, that might be a fucking wife. That might be a parent. That might be a shitty ass kid. You know, I got some homies that did everything fucking right. And their kids still grew up to be pieces of shit and are holding them back. Cut that motherfucker off, bro. I don't know if I've talked about it on this channel before. I know I've talked about it in front of Uncaged. One of the coolest fucking analogies I've heard, you know, you see the analogies about like letting go of the ropes because the rope's eventually going to burn you if you don't let go of it or get a grip on it. But we were actually talking about a Navy SEAL, right? And this guy was trained to go in and recover downed fighter pilots. And if these fighter pilots, and mind you, they're just got shot down, I would imagine that's pretty fucking crazy. Not only that, they're in shock. They're behind enemy lines. Right? They don't know what's going on. They're in fear of their life, right? They just went through a traumatic situation. Now here they are, lost, alone, by themselves, probably cold, wet, dark, whatever the case is. Anyways, in scenarios where it's a submerged situation or they're in water, these recovery agents are trained to go and, quite frankly, shake them out of the situation they're in. Obviously, approach with caution, you name it, the whole 9 yards, on how you would imagine approaching a shot-down pilot. But if their attempts to get them to get out of their own head aren't successful, their training is literally to punch them in the motherfucking face and swim away. The punch in the face is an attempt to shake them out of their funk, get them snap back into reality, but also to get away from them because only one American's going to die that day, right, from drowning. So some of y'all are so busy trying to fucking save that drowning pilot, that they pull you down with them. So at some point, you got to punch that motherfucker in the face and go. Now, I'm not an attorney, but I'm just going to advise you not to punch someone in the face. This is an analogy, so let's be real there. But you guys got to cut some of this dead weight off before you ever start to grow again. And I know that sounds like an aggressive concept, but let's think about your time. You only have a limited amount of time on this fucking earth, dog. Why are you wasting it? Especially, bro, many of y'all know I've cut my own mom off. I love her to death. I pray for her every day. I hope that we can rekindle our relationship at some point in the future. Ball's in her court. I'm not knocking her, love her. She birthed me into this world, but I don't talk to her because there's some tendencies that don't align with my core values and my mission. And my responsibility now is to protecting my wife and daughter, which is exactly what I did. So y'all might be like, Zach, bro, you can't relate. Motherfucker, yes, I can. That shit was fucking tough. But what was tougher is wasting a bunch of fucking time on this earth, keeping me from growing, becoming that best version of myself, getting 1% better every day, keeping me from being the fucking protector of my wife and daughter. You think there's anyone that is going to hold me back from protecting them? You got me fucked up, dog. I don't give a actual fuck who you are. They are my responsibility now. As a motherfucking man, it's me, bro. I'm that fucking knight in shining armor. Congratulations, you fuck with them. This is the motherfucker showing up on your doorstep. So I did what I had to do by cutting off that fucking dead weight. I don't care what it is. Growth is what we're after here. Growth is what we talked about collectively on the Unchained Empire podcast today. You got to grow. But in order to grow, you got to know where you're fucking going. Once you know where you're going, then it's just a simple concept. You're going to put one foot forward, one foot in front of the other to get closer to your goals instead of further away, because you're moving one of two directions. And don't get my fucking DMs and be like, well, technically there's three options you have. You can move closer to your goal, you can move further away from your goal, or you could stand still. Shut the fuck up. If you're standing still, in my motherfucking eyes, you're moving away from the goal. The goal is to move forward progression, forward momentum, putting one foot in front of the other. You have a goal. It is your responsibility. Fuck you if you've got this dream and you tell me you got this fucking beautiful ass dream and you ain't doing nothing to achieve it. When you make it that goal, that's when it fucking gets real. If it's a goal to you, that means you have a responsibility to fucking go get that. And if you aren't doing the amount of work it takes to grow to achieve that goal, then fuck you. That's not a goal for you. You clearly don't give a fucking rat's ass to actually achieve it. So what are you doing to grow? Zach, it's fucking hard. Zach, it's fucking difficult. Zach, it's fucking scary. You know what's harder? You know what's more difficult? You know what's even scarier? Staying right the fuck where you're at right now. Never growing. Take the easy way out, dog, and see where that fucking gets you. If you were to pull up a bunch of people in front of me and line them up and let me see a 30,000 foot view of what their life looks like, I can tell you the motherfuckers that ain't got the fucking balls to go and actually grow, because growing takes work. It's easy to sit there on your fucking couch all day, work your little 9 to 5, go home and never think about doing anything else to progress your life. Now, I'm not knocking you if you're still in the rat race. I get it, bro. Been there, done that. I hated it. Wasn't for me. We need people like you. But if that's all you think you're doing, if that's all you think that your life has come to, you got some shit to work on. You got to literally dig down deep and find out who the fuck you were meant to be, who you were put on this earth to be, and find a way to grow towards that fucking version of yourself each and every fucking day. Because if you're not moving closer to your goal, you're moving further away from it. I know this shit was fucking... Oh, man. I know that was heated, but I believe it. I believe that firmly. I mean, this shit's not a show, guys. I don't say this shit and fucking beat my fucking chest and get all aggravated and my fucking heart rate up for nothing. I believe in this shit. And if you want to call me on my shit, I openly welcome it. If you see me fucking off or fucking up, call me out. Get my ass back in line. That's the kind of motherfucker I am. So, if you're feeling some type of way over this video, this is me calling you out. This is me holding you accountable. This is me holding your foot to the flame to say, if that's really where you want to go with your life, you need to actually take the steps to actually grow. I don't give a fuck what area of your life that is. You got to grow. It is your responsibility. It's your duty. And it's something that if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it for you. So take this as an opportunity to look at yourself, take a deep dive into who you are, and actually figure out what that first step is, which is what area you need to start focusing on growth with. And then fucking just put one foot in front of the other. Guys, that's all it is. 1% better every day. Guys, my name is Zachariah Williams. I hope you got something out of this. This is another episode of Uncaged Accountability. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.